All right, here we go. It's the Association Post-Game presented by Caesars Sportsbook. Riding shotgun with Robert Ory, Darren Collison. I am Steven Nelson. Just wrapped up Game 3 down in San Antonio, and it's the defending champs taking a 2-1 series lead. Once again, the OKC bench factoring in, overcoming a ridiculously red-hot start from San Antonio. But initial takeaways from the game. Just give me a quick thought before we dive into the highlight.
You just talked about the bench. I thought the inability to get Wemby the ball was a key for me.
50-plus bench points in the last 3 games in the Western Conference Finals. Can't beat that.
All right, in case you missed any of the highlights of the action, we got you covered right now here on the post-game show. Let's get right into it. Going down to San Antonio, tied 1 game apiece. The Jackals were out in full force. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, ready to face off once again. First quarter, Spurs out to the early lead. Wemby, step back, catch it.
I mean, I don't know what this is.
He's 7'5".
Guard at 7'5" is crazy.
Moments later, far corner. Back up top, Devin Vassell buries it.
He played well.
15-0 run to start. San Antonio is going crazy. A few plays later, De'Aaron Fox in the lineup along with Dylan Harper.
Ankle looks fine to me.
17-2, you think they got the game, right?
Yeah. That's one thing about Rudy T says, never underestimate the heart of a champ.
And the Thunder showed that. Jalen Williams showed off in the first half. 21 of their 26 first quarter points came from the bench.
Yeah,
At a 4-point game, Wemby trying to get some more breathing room.
Yeah, Wemby's one of those players you just got to take wind of and notice where he is, not just for his teammates, but his opposing team, too.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had no points in the first quarter. Then he got it rolling. Now it's tied at 39. Fade away.
He's starting to get real comfortable now.
That's
he gets comfortable in that mid-range area, you can forget about it.
That's a tough bucket.
That space, when he creates that space, he's awesome.
So now OKC up 5.
Off with the balance.
Woo! The Thunder up 7 at the half. Third quarter now up by 10. Chet Holmgren down low.
Yeah, this is a great play to draw Wemby over. If you're able to do that, something good usually happens, and that was a dunk by Chet.
How about the night Jared McCain had?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Off the bench.
And then flexed on.
Yeah. Mike Tirico asked in the broadcast, how are they feeling in South Philly tonight? With Philly Sixers fans like, what? You gotta bringing up old stuff.
You got to be kicking yourself right now. You're a Philly fan.
That's a good bucket from Vassell. A little over 3 left in the third. De'Aaron Fox. He had a little injury scare at some point in this game, but he was fighting through it.
Yeah, right there he just puts you on the skates, and I've never seen a guy hurt himself on his own move.
Alex Caruso at the corner 3, daps up a fan. It's a 12-point lead for Oklahoma City, but here comes Wemby, and 1. First basket since the first quarter at that point.
That was a shocker.
McCain in the corner, knocks it down. A 15-point edge. A couple minutes later, Spurs trying to battle back once again. It seemed like every time they threw a punch to get a little bit of momentum, there was always an answer.
Yeah, that's what championship teams do.
Yeah, this is where McCain, think about it, he had 21 shots tonight. Him and Mr. Real J. Will. That's the real J. Will right there with 18.
Those two deserve that celebration. So a 12-point lead, less than 4 to go. And Penny gets into the lane. So after this timeout, though, then it was the scales going back toward OKC. Wemby went down hard, but he got back up. Then the Thunder pulled away again. 120-105. Benches got emptied, and there's the exclamation point. Wemby trying to keep the home crowd hyped as they get ready for Game 4, but now trailing 2-1 in the series. The Thunder win it by a final of 123-108. 26 points and 12 assists for SGA. Wemby had 26, 4, and 3, but it did not have the level of impact we've come to expect from Wembanyama.
Yeah, I think when we saw Game 1, we were like, he's coming out party. But now he's kind of looking a little fatigued. And also, let's give credit to OKC by figuring him out.
Jared McCain, though, 24 points, playoff career high for him. Another playoff career high for Jalen Williams, who had 18 points. Here is Jared McCain after the win.
Jared, what allowed you all to find?
He was their best player in the last series. He went down with an injury. So now you're getting bench production points to make up the difference for those two players. You can't beat that. You know, some of these teams that win multiple championships, the key to their success, and Rob will tell you, is depth. You know, you can rely on star power all you want, but once you have depth and you're getting 50-plus points in the bench as bench points, that's hard to beat.
I think if you would have told a fan of either team, honestly, before Game 3, hey, San Antonio is getting both De'Aaron Fox back, Harper's going to play, J-Dub is not, and A.J. Mitchell has 2 points. I think Spurs fans are like, perking up 2-1 series lead. That sounds kind of nice. But that's not how it played out because they're legitimately 10 deep. Legitimately.
They are, but it's their continuity in their offense. If you watch the way Thunder execute offensively, they're very methodical. They slow down, they screen for one another, and they move the ball, and they take their time. Where San Antonio, yeah, they may have the quickness, athleticism, but it just seemed like they were rushing shots a little bit, right? And Thunder got what they want offensively. I think San Antonio was rushing the shot a little bit more in the half-court set, and that was the difference.
Yeah, I think when you watch OKC, they love the probe. They will probe and they'll come out and they'll reset the offense. And San Antonio started a team like, okay, this is our option. We're going to go downhill. We're going to try to make something happen. If this doesn't work, we're just going to throw it up for Wimby for the lob or something. But the thing is, Wimby wasn't there tonight. Wimby was outside shooting threes, or Wimby was something going on with him because they didn't look for him for a long time. And we've always had the philosophy. I think I've played with 3 great big men. Oh, no, you better not. Every time down the floor, they're going to either touch the ball or be something involved. So you got to do something.
Let's hear Mitch Johnson's head coach of the Spurs, his initial thoughts after the Game 3 loss. He's at the podium.
Mitch, game efforts by De'Aaron and Dylan, but how much were they hampered by those injuries? And De'Aaron now, how is he?
I haven't asked how they're doing. I'm sure they're beat up. They're giving us everything they got, so it's commendable, you know, just the fight that they have, and it's that time of the year where guys are playing with more than bumps and bruises, so just tip the cap and ask as much as they can give.
No, Dylan's injury, of course, played into this, but the bench disparity, what's holding the bench back, particularly Kelvin?
You know, I don't think one thing here or there. I think we were really sharp to start the game, and you know, obviously didn't sustain it, and that wasn't sustainable how we started. But I thought we played very fast, and I think that's something that tapered off as the game went along, and we have to. And part of that's on me to help the whole group, not just the bench, but to continue to play fast and get out and get some easy opportunities, and then obviously. Thought we could have done a much better job of crashing the glass tonight, making more concerted effort. There's a lot of misses to go get, and we didn't get enough of them.
Coach Victor said last game that what you guys are getting from Shea or seeing from him isn't much different than just what you know he's capable of doing. You know, I think he had a huge disparity in free throws between first and second half. Was it just him finding a rhythm? Was it something that changed on the defensive side for you guys?
You're asking about Shea's free throws?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably half of them were from undisciplined. First off the floor, he got us out of position and took advantage of it. So I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember all how he got all 12 free throws, but I know a few of them were pretty good defense, it felt like, up until that point. And it's tough because he gets to spots and he makes tough shots, but you got to keep fighting that urge to try to do more and stay with it. And, you know, you look at it, he's 6 for 17, which means whether he missed some shots or we made him tough or a little combination of both. But those 12 free throws helped out a lot, and I can remember at least a few on my head right now that were undisciplined on our end.
Coach, the shooting under 32% from 3 appear to be some good looks in there, though. How much of that do you think is just ebbs and flows of sometimes the shots just don't fall, and sometimes, or how much of that is what they were doing defensively as well?
Yeah, both. They did some great things defensively. Thought we got some good looks and didn't make them. Thought there were times tonight we were chasing the game a little bit. We weren't working the game and trying to settle in, especially when there was a lot of time left, even in the third quarter. And I thought we did just work the game enough in terms of just staying with it and trying to continue to get stops and then get good looks offensively and good possessions. Thought we got in a hurry a couple times and rushed ourselves And that's what I meant by, we didn't play fast enough, but then at the same time we were rushed. And so I got to make sure I help them more Sunday to try to get into a good place with that.
Mitch, what do you think the Thunder defense to kind of disconnect the guard play from getting the ball into Victor in the post consistently?
Well, they have multiple bodies in the paint all the time. So even if you put Victor or try to drive the ball with an advantage, you're going to see multiple bodies. So you got to be able to make the early pass. And sometimes you got to be okay with the second drive or the third drive or the second change of the sides to continue to work the possession and get a shot.